What's going on, everybody? Hanging out with the Happy Pear over in Ireland. Woo!
Hello and welcome.
Steven, thank you guys for having me.
That's a pleasure. Great to be here, Josh, dude.
So
welcome.
You guys like run the healthy food in Ireland, as far as I've seen. like literally.
We love it.
I was amazed. I thought you just had a YouTube channel, which is awesome. You should check it out. But you guys have a whole operation going on here. You have cafes, food made.
Just opened our third cafe. I guess we started 13 years ago to create a happier, healthier world. That sounds so twee. Build community, but it's what we believe in, it's what we love, and we love encouraging people to eat more veg.
So we're doing some vegan food. Vegan, vegetarian,
food,
whatever you want to call
plant-based.
it.
Yeah, this is a great simple beginner's guide to vegetarian or vegan. They're 4 simple dishes if you're just interested in eating more veg. Just as a precursor, this is not exclusive to vegetarians and vegans. This is good, tasty, healthy food.
That's true. That's my favorite part about the food you guys made. It's simple, it's quick. We made everything in like 5 minutes once the stuff is prepped.
Yeah.
And also, you're just like advocates of living a good life. I mean, we were up this morning at literally 4:30 in the morning.
You're up at 4:15.
4:15. Like, what am I doing with diving into the ocean? Tingling, beautiful day.
It's to see at sunrise. Great bit of fun.
Oh, we got a call.
We got a call. Here we go.
Hey, we gotta go. Let's get
interview. Okay, so porridge. In Ireland, we call it porridge. In America, you guys call it oatmeal. And to many people, oatmeal, people think it's prison food. It's gruel. But porridge in Ireland it's a staple. It's in our blood. We are built on porridge and potatoes.
You look like.
Yeah!
That's porridge. I'll eat some more.
Yeah, I think porridge is a celebration. I think it's what you pimp it out. Like most things, it's, you know, you can make a good dish, but it's true toppings and kind of condiments can take a good dish to a great dish. Yeah, really. Same way with porridge. So in terms of making the porridge, we'll go like 1 part oat, so you can use a large oat flake, which is a jumbo one, or a smaller one. Smaller one, you get a more creamier porridge. Jumbo, you get more, slightly more texture. So it's down to whatever you prefer. We like to cook it 1 part rice milk, 1 part water. Rice milk, it's just because if you want to make it dairy free, use whatever milk you're into, but rice milk will be sweet and creamy. Yes. Bring her to the boil and just turn her off, and that's it. We took our porridge, put it into a bowl. First step, put on a bit of granola because I like a bit of crunch. You know, leave it out if you don't want to. Next step, we came with some blueberries, sliced some strawberries. I put in then some cacao nibs. On top of that, I put some cantaloupe melon or whatever melon you like. A little bit of coconut yogurt, a little bit of jam, some mulberries. You know, go to town with it. Whatever you're into, pimp it out. Make it a festival. Make it beautiful. Make love to your porridge. I know that sounds absolutely crazy, and some of you guys are going, "What? Did he actually say that?"
We're making.
Boom! We even put a bit of maple syrup at the end if you like it extra sweet. If you don't, excuse me, speaking of oats. But I think oats are key for your inner horse. Feed your inner stallion. What do you got next, Mr. Flynn? Okay, next up we've got our Indian Dahl. It was a simple 5-minute dish. What's a Dahl? For those who don't know, what's a Dahl? A Dahl is like a curry, a simple lentil-based curry.
Like Indian-inspired?
Indian-inspired, yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah. And so you can make it with any type of lentil. We, instead of cooking it from scratch, we use tin lentils so that you could literally make this dish in 5 minutes. Tinned lentils, tinned beans. It was really quick, simple, snappy. So this Dahl is fantastic. It's a simple 5-minute dish. We literally started by simple frying off scallion, garlic and ginger, 3 cloves of garlic, thumb-sized piece of ginger, fried them off for a minute, added in 15 to 20 cherry tomatoes, we cut them in half, added them in, fried away, fry, and then literally bim, bash, bosh, we added in the rest of the ingredients. In terms of spices, there was 2 tablespoons of curry powder. I kind of heaped them up, but maybe add them a bit level if you don't want them quite as much.
And again, you could use mild, medium, or hot curry powder.
There was 2 teaspoons of ground cumin, really fantastic. There was about 3/4 of a teaspoon, level teaspoon of salt. So depending on your palate, put in less or more. There was a decent pinch of black pepper. Cooked it all down for probably about another 3 to 4 minutes. Just brought it up to temperature, stirred it all through, and then just topped it off with a bit of
spinach.
Yeah, spinach. Put in a good handful of spinach.
Try this thing, man.
But I guess the beauty of this dish is just to show that you can cook dinner in 5 minutes and it's tasty.
Like it literally was 5 minutes. Like it was dead simple.
And great suggestion just to make it more interesting to serve. Here we just toasted some wholemeal pita breads, which are always very cheap. Go great. Just chop them into little soldiers. That's what we call them in Ireland, with a scissors, and they go fab.
That is hearty. So here's the thing. What I find is like a lot of times when I'm eating something, I want to feel something like hearty. If it's meat, right? And this food does that for me. Having the lentils, the chickpeas, it's substantial.
Yeah.
So if you get the little bit of the bread, and it's like I feel good.
Alternatively, you could serve with wholemeal couscous. Takes 5 minutes to cook, so literally you can have dinner from scratch in 5 minutes. Yeah. The dinner, on to the dinner. So this was a pad thai, it was really simple. This probably took us a whole 10 minutes.
Okay, nice.
So it was a little longer. First thing we did was we boiled our noodles. We're using whole wheat noodles, so really try to seek out whole wheat ones or whole grain ones.
Why would I choose wholemeal if I was...
Great question, Steve. Brilliant, I love it. Whole wheat, it's just got much higher in fibre. It's going to slow down the release of sugars. It will give you sustained
It'll
energy.
fill you up and it will help with weight loss and with your immune system. If you're a celiac, try to use brown rice or buckwheat are nice,
Brilliant.
healthy alternative.
Good top tips. But simply just cook them, boil them for as long as it says in the back of the pack. Ours were 5 minutes, so we just drain and rinse them after that. We prepped all our
in terms
veg.
of noodles, it's normally 50 grams dried per person. If you're using Nest, if you do crush them up, it makes it easier to serve.
Yeah, because they're not as long like
they're
this.
not like long like this, where you have to try to... Yeah,
Right. First up, we fried off. We had onion, garlic, ginger, chili. Boom. Chopped them nice and fine. Fried them in the pan for a minute. Make sure the pan's really nice and hot with a good tablespoon and a half of oil.
If you don't like it spicy, remove the seeds from the chili or else put in less chili.
Fry this all off for a minute. Keep it stirring. Keep it moving. We're cooking this at a really high temperature. So put it in the highest ring that you have on your hob. Next up, we've got some red peppers, red and yellow, or whatever kind of coloured peppers, 2 of them. Chop them up really nice and fine, add them to the pan, keep them moving, cook them for another 2 minutes.
If you don't like peppers, you could use courgette.
Great tip, Steve. Love it.
Yeah, this is kind of one of those things where you can use sort of whatever you have around your house.
Yeah, you
whatever
can.
kind of mushrooms you have, whatever peppers, onions.
Just make sure they're fast cooking stuff, so you wouldn't add like a potato or sweet potato or squash, or you wouldn't, like if you're going to use carrot, just make sure and grate it in.
Yeah, carrots would be awesome in there. Zucchini maybe.
Yeah.
Zucchini, that's what we call it courgette.
Yeah, over in this little rock.
That's fancy.
Over in this little rock, yes.
Yeah. Next up, we just added in mushrooms. We got about a good 2 handfuls of mushrooms, so about 200 grams.
We use button mushroom, use shiitake, oyster, whatever you're into.
Yeah, whatever kind of mushrooms you're into.
Delicious.
So mushrooms, add them to the pan, keep moving. Next up, we made our dressing. So our dressing was 4 tablespoons of tamari. Tamari is just a wheat-free soy sauce. If you don't have tamari, just use soy sauce. We added 2 tablespoons of sweetener, so we added maple syrup. Use whatever you have in your house. We added a good squeeze of a lime, nice soft lime, so we got the juice of that, and we've added in half a tin of coconut milk. So that was 200 ml of coconut milk. Mix it all together. It's going to be lumpy because the coconut milk won't break down, but as soon as it hits the heat, it will break down.
Dissipate.
Right, add the dressing in. Mix it all through, add the noodles into it, mixy, bring it all together. Beautiful!
Take a pak choy, chop it finely, in it goes. Pak choy is going to add nutritional value, crunch and bite.
Sugar snaps are in next. We've simply finely sliced them. Is that what you call them in the States?
Sugar snaps, yeah.
Sugar snaps, yeah. And literally we're cooking that, bringing that up to temperature, cook it for about another 2 minutes. And finally top with a bit of kimchi.
Coriander.
Kimchi, coriander, bit of diced coriander, and then we chopped it, put a few cashews on top.
And you eat it with your fingers. And
Eat it with your fingers, I love
like
it.
Pepper Cave creatures.
I will find a fork.
We're very refined, sophisticated.
Okay. Oh, there's a fork.
We're all friends here. We've been hanging out for the past couple of days.
Yeah, don't worry, we're happily sharing.
It's okay.
There's great flavour in that one. That one makes a great lunch the next day.
And one top tip, which when I did make it there, we only put in half the tin of coconut milk, but now we've got half a tin that I got sitting in the fridge, so I just add it all in. It's easier, I think that's a better tip. And it'll add more flavour and it'll be more satiating.
It's very umami.
Yeah, it's
really
good,
like
isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, I find that stir fries in general, like whether it's pad thai or stir fry, Chinese stir fries, super fulfilling. I love how quick all this food is.
Yeah.
But we need the most important part of any meal.
Vegetables.
Cake.
Dessert.
Oh,
yeah.
cake,
yeah.
This is one of our top selling cakes in the cafes. And this is one of my favorite cakes. So what we've done is we've taken a traditional chocolate salted caramel tart where the base would normally be biscuits and butter and kind of mashed together. Instead here we've got a food processor. So in it we put 300 grams of nuts. So of the nuts we used 150 grams of cashews and 150 grams of walnuts. Use whatever nuts you're into. Blend them up into breadcrumb-like texture. First, just to make it easier.
Question, Steve, could I use peanuts if I wanted to?
Of course you could.
Great.
I just prefer to use walnuts. Are probably the healthiest of all nuts. So if you can use walnut
That's quite a statement. Walnuts are the healthiest.
Well, they've the
now,
lowest.
can you back that up, Mr.
They have the lowest saturated fat content, the highest omega-3 to omega-6 ratio of all nuts.
Right. Okay. Got it.
And they've got a good protein
And they
content.
look like your brain too.
Yes, that's the most important and basic.
Yeah, very good for your brain. So blend them up to breadcrumb-like texture. Now it's time to add in our sweetener. We're going to add in 100 grams of chopped dates. We have 2 tablespoons of coconut oil, and then we have about a tablespoon of vanilla extract. Lid on the food processor, blend. Blend until it starts to come together. Now we've taken a spring-form cake tin. Ours is about a 9-inch, isn't it?
24 centimeter, I think.
24 centimeter, 9-inch. There we are. Look at that.
Something
We're going
like
metric and we're going imperial.
Wow.
Take it.
Cute.
Remove the base.
Okay.
So a spring-form tin simply is a fancy name for the bottom of the tin comes out.
dinner.
We've taken some baking parchment. Is that what you call it?
Parchment paper.
Parchment paper.
Not wax paper, which is the worst thing in the world, parchment paper.
So literally take our springform cake tin, we put baking parchment on it to cover the base to make it easy to remove it, to put it on a lovely plate to serve.
Okay, right.
So we've taken our ingredients for our base, we're pouring it into our springform cake tin and we are gently smoothing it out. Two main reasons we are smoothing this out until it's really tightly packed and really level. First reason is that it'll have that lovely, you see this cake here? It has that lovely division of layers. There's the base, there's the caramel, there's the chocolate. It is sexy looking.
So what we usually do is we'll pack it until you can hold it upside down.
Yeah.
So
and a good way to test your confidence is to put it over your head, and if it falls into your hair, start over.
So just make sure and pack it properly.
Yeah, and the second reason why you're compacting it is just that it holds together. So when you do cut it, you get that lovely clear division of layers.
Right, onto the caramel layer.
Caramel, right, traditionally caramel will be sugar and butter. None of that.
Oh,
Here
right.
what we've done is we have taken 300 grams of chopped dates into the food processor. We put in 150 grams of almond butter. You could use peanut butter instead. Next step, we took 10 tablespoons of coconut oil. Might seem like a lot, but this is a cake for 12 people, and we're trying to base the sweetener being coming from dates. So
If I wanted to put in less coconut oil, could I?
Absolutely. Okay, Next step, we're gonna add some water because we blend this as is. It will not blend. So we put in 10 tablespoons of water. This is gonna just add our
blendability.
Blendability, I like that. That's a good word.
You need blendability.
We all need more blendability in our life. Next step, we took some vanilla extract. We put in a good bit of that, and then we finished with a good
bit as in a tablespoon.
Yeah, tablespoon. Sorry, good bit as in a tablespoon. We took a good pinch of salt, lid on the blender, and whiz! Woo! You might see here there's a tiny bit of separation. We blended this for a little bit longer. Don't worry, totally cool. Once this cools, it will go all solid and look delicious. This one's quite like toffee. If you do want it more runny like caramel, just add a little more water.
What's amazing, I find that the date caramel is better than the regular caramel when you go back.
Oh, it's fabulous.
At first you're like, oh, what are these vegans trying to trick me into caramel? But then once you get used to it and you appreciate it, I think it's so much better.
And it's much higher in fiber, so it's like better for your health.
You, and it tastes, just dates alone, a good date even tastes like caramel. So
totally. Yeah.
There, you heard that from Josh. That wasn't us, that wasn't the vegans.
So next step, take our caramel and spread it out evenly on top of our base. Looking delicious. Next step, we've taken 300 grams of dark chocolate. We're using 54%.
Question, Steve, could I use milk chocolate?
You could use whatever type of chocolate you want.
So we're using white chocolate if I wanted.
Absolutely.
Oh, that'd be good.
But if you want to make this dairy-free, I'd recommend using dark chocolate that has no dairy in it.
Chocolate.
So we're using 54%. You could use 70% or whatever you're into. Simply melt it in a bain-marie here. Pour it on the top. Oh, that looks magic!
Is this the tasting time?
And then the hardest part is to put it in the fridge and leave it cool.
For how long?
20 minutes.
Until it's set, until the chocolate
About
is set.
20 minutes. Is it time to eat it?
Top tip in terms of cutting it, heat your knife. So boil the kettle, put the knife over the boiling water, and it will make the knife hot, and it'll just make beautiful incisions. See those beautiful, sexy cuts there? Ah! How's the cake tasting? Ah,
so good.
Really is
I'm
epic.
speechless, except in talking.
But the beautiful thing is, you might go 300 grams of chocolate, that's a lot, but you end up with this beautiful, sexy layer of chocolate.
Did you give a top tip how best to cut it?
Yeah, I did. So,
sorry, I wasn't listening.
Top tip how to cut it. Boil the kettle, put the knife over the kettle so the steam heats up the blade. Dry the blade because you don't want any water touching the chocolate. If water touches the chocolate, it blooms. So dry the blade and then just inside with clear, decisive blows. Beautiful.
So these guys have now 3 amazing cafes in Ireland.
Right.
Happy Pear.
Yeah,
All
very exciting.
completely unique, amazing. You guys make your own products. You have how many products? 200 products?
20, I think, in shops.
20
right?
that we distribute, 300 that we serve to the
300
cafe.
that you serve. Make their own food. Go to their cafes if you're in Ireland. Check out their channel, the Happy Pear. Amazing stuff. You guys are inspiration, seriously. At first, thought you were just YouTubers, and I was like, they have a really cool channel. And then I come to your hometown, and you like are this community. So many people, amazing food everywhere. 2 cookbooks coming out with a 3rd cookbook. I thought I didn't sleep because I work so much, but you guys, it's like a whole nother level. Well, thank you guys.
Thank you, Josh.
Josh, dude.
This is amazing.
Thank you, here. That was great crack.